Welcome again to Mike's Fan Brush. I want to thank you very much for joining, and thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and get the colors running down below. I'll explain real quick and we'll get right into the painting. I have a 20 by 24 inch canvas, pre-stretched. I went ahead and just took some black acrylic paint or black gesso, and I of course let that dry. I have to repeat that, let that dry first. And then I just put clear medium. And with that, let's go ahead and rock and roll. I hope you're doing good on your end. You look absolutely awesome. So let's pull out that 2-inch brush. I'm going to go ahead and tap into my Ultramarine Blue first. I do have two blues here today. I have my Ultramarine and Prussian. And just tap that in. And just remember, if I could paint, you can definitely do this. So just take a deep breath. And just feel good about yourself, and let's go ahead and rock and roll. And I think we'll start right here in the corners. And I got a new camera, and last time I did the video, it kept kind of auto zoom and kind of pushing in, so hopefully I don't have the same issue. I tried to correct it. If so, I do apologize. I try to do what I can with that. But just like that, okay? Just nice little X's, okay? And we'll tap in some more. Come over here, start working this side. And all I'm doing is going like that, okay? And just moving the paint. Just moving the paint. Now you don't want a lot. I don't have any white medium on here or any white pigment. So this is just clear paint or clear medium with the paint. So just make sure, excuse me, always got a hair. There we go. Try to pop that off, but always make sure you do a little at a time, and you can go from there, okay? And you can go from there. So we'll go ahead and start working that and bring it on down. So this is actually a Frederick's red label canvas, so it's a little bit different than I usually have. It's actually a pretty decent canvas. So same thing, just tap into it. Just tap into it. Okay, I'm just trying to bring this down. I feel like it's just not sitting into here. What I did not do was add any, usually I put some of the white gesso on there and put like basically double prime it. And I didn't do it on this one. I thought it'd be okay, and now I'm starting to question it because I'm getting little patches that are just not filling up because it's probably got a little bit of a waxy film to it. See, I can feel it right here. It's just not really going into sinking into the canvas. That's all right. We'll work with it. I have one more, so I'll have to remember to apply that gesso on there, that white gesso, and it'll help this paint sink in there a little bit better. And just real soft, just going to go like this, kind of blend it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and tap into my Prussian just a little bit. I want to just darken up these corners a little bit here. So I go with the Prussian Blue, okay? There we go. Maybe a little bit more over here, and then we'll work the other side. There we go. There we go, nice blue, deep blue in there, okay? Same thing here. We'll come over in this corner, same thing. Go ahead and tap into more of that. Come over here again. There we go. Remember, a little at a time, this paint can be a little bit dark. There we go. Yeah, just gonna go like this to blend it on out. With a number 6 fan brush, I'm gonna go into some of my white here. And I apologize, that would be my dog. Make a little bit of a noise. All right, so just gonna load up. And I'm gonna come into my black here and just get one little line. So white and black. and we'll put the black on the bottom and the white on top. And I'm just going to come in here and just plop it and just start doing circles. And since you have both colors, you get a little bit of both things going at the same time. There we go. Excuse me, a little bit of a hair. Try to pop that off. We'll go ahead and try to do this again. So, white on both sides. And then dark. And then come back and we'll try to find another spot. Maybe right here. Same thing. Just plop it, just like that, and then just start making some circles. Just get it moving around. Just like that. Just like that. Let me grab that. Wonderful hair there. And then, there we go. Just like that. Maybe just a little bit more, so. Sorry, got a hair. Some white, remember, both sides, and then black. And I'm just going to come here and plop it, and then same thing. Just get my cloud working. There we go. Let me plop that hair off, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of the white, just a little bit of the white, and just come up here and just try to get a little bit more of that white up in there. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. Some nice movement. Maybe you can sway some gray stuff over here. Just doing a nice little rocky motion, and good to go. Let me go ahead and put this down. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to grab a clean 2-inch brush, and underneath the cloud, I'm just going to go ahead and just start blending, okay? Just start blending underneath the cloud. Just under the cloud. There we go. And then same thing here. Just under the cloud. And just like this, they'll blend out the bottom of it, make it nice and kind of misty. Sorry about my easel swaying back and forth there. I'll try to anchor it up. There we go. And there we go. All right, with that, let's go ahead and use a 2-inch brush. Got a nice scene working so far. I really love skies. They're kind of like one of my favorite things. So, 2-inch brush. I'm gonna go ahead and just right into Sap Green here. Okay. Load up on both sides. You don't want too much, but we want to go ahead and tint this black a little bit. Okay. Since we have the green, let's go ahead and we'll just start here at the bottom and start working our way up. So just want to kind of tint this a little bit, okay? And then just work it in there. If you put too much of this green on, you're going to have problems later on. You're just tinting, just a very little bit, okay? Just a very little bit. I'm going to use that same brush. I'm going to start tapping with the top corner of the brush, okay? Right into that sap green. Same thing, right into the green. And let's go ahead and just start putting in some stuff, okay? Nice trees in the background. Just like that, okay? And all I'm doing is just tap, working it right on in. Just just make sure you have it kind of a zigzag, okay? If it's all one line, it's just not going to look realistic, okay? You got to give it some definition, some 3D, some 4D kind of looking thing, okay? There you go. There we go. And you just tap it on in there. There we go. And let's go ahead. I just want to put in some different colors. Go ahead and just tap in a little bit of this red. Just tap, tap. Remember, this red's going to be strong, okay? But since it's fall, let's make some fall colors. So there we go, something like so. Nice little red spot right there. Tap in a little bit more. Maybe something here. Something there. There you go. Wherever you think it would be. Just try to get yourself some color. That's all. That's all we're looking for. Some color. And that red and green kind of match for some reason. It gets the, I don't know, holidays or something. There we go. And so we got some of that working as well. And let's go ahead and tap in a little bit of this yellow ochre. The ochre, there we go. Tap, 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 tap-a-roos. Now let's go ahead and try to get some of this color in here as well. There we go. There we go. It'll give us some nice orangey looking color when it mixes with the red. So it's pretty cool. Something like so. There you go. And all you're doing is just tapping, tapping. That's all you're doing, okay? It's just tap, tap, tap-a-roos. Maybe something right here. Maybe something right there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe a little bit of this off. Now I'm going to switch my brush and use the other top corner. That's why I have two piles of yellow here. So I'm going to use this later on. I don't want to pollute it quite yet. So I'm going to use the reverse side of the brush, use the other top corner and get some of this yellow. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. And then just come on in and try to tap in a little bit of the yellow. Hopefully it'll come up on your end. It's pretty, it should, but it's got a light background kind of, so this way you get all these just different colors. All the different colors. Yeah, maybe. There we go, something like so. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. And I'm gonna grab one of my liner brushes. Give me 1 second. Just want to get a little bit of paint thinner, just a tad bit. Now I'm just gonna go right into my brown. Let's get a little bit on here. Very, very soft, very soft. Let's go ahead and put in a nice little tree trunk. There we go. Just something like that. There we go. It's a lot easier for me to go up, but you can go down as well, okay? There we go. There we go. And excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and clean that for a second. I'm going to grab a little bit of this white. I'm going to go into this brown. Just want to lighten it up. And let's go ahead and just get a couple of light ones. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Let me just thin that out slightly. There we go. There we go. Just want some kind of definition back here. You know, just something. There we go. There we go. And you got a nice beautiful line. Another 2-inch brush. I'm gonna go into some of the white. Just tap into it. I just want to mist this out a little bit. Just a little bit. Right at the bottom. Right at the bottom. You don't want to ruin everything you got there. There you go. And then very softly, just lift that up. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and make some nice dark color. So I'm gonna grab, let me wipe that off. Let's go ahead and use some of our green. I'll put it right here. And some of our black, basically a 50-50 ratio there. There we go. And I'm gonna grab my number 3 fan brush. Let me just use a big brush real quick and then we'll go into the fan brush, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and just tap, just like we were doing. So we're just gonna use this guy. And let's go ahead and just start putting, I don't know, something a little bit darker. There we go. Something like so, in front, okay? Tap, 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 and there you go. Just like that, okay? Maybe and keep tapping. And keep tapping. Try over here. There we go. There we go. Just keep tapping. You get all this different action, okay? There we go. All right. Now, let me put that down, go into the fan brush. I'm using a number 3 this time. Use the 6 with the clouds, and I'm using a 3 now. Load your brush up. And let's go ahead and maybe put a pine tree or two. So maybe something like so. And I'm going to come in and touch, touch. I want to kind of push up. Go ahead and get that. Something like so. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and get another one. Maybe right there. Same thing. Touch, touch, and then just pushing kind of upwards, and it gives you a different type of look with the tree there. Same thing. Load it up. Maybe one right there. Same thing. Touch, touch. And then just work those arms out. There we go. Something like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just put a couple more. I don't know. Maybe just feel like this should be a little bit more darker right here, so I just want to fill that in a little bit. There we go. And then maybe this one we'll put it right there. And then this one maybe we'll just crunch it kind of turn it side to side. There you go, something like that, okay? And same thing, I'm just gonna try to work in a little bit more dark in here. Basically how you do the clouds, that's what I'm doing right here. Just moving that brush, getting it working. There we go. It just gives you some different action. Now let's load up again. I don't know, let's go ahead and maybe put a nice tall one right there. A lot of paint, okay? And then come in. And I apologize, my arm or head might be in your way here. I'm always on an angle because of the camera, but same thing. And then just start working your arms out. There you go. There you go, something like so, okay? So we got some nice distance, a nice thing going. Maybe, I just feel like it's alone. Maybe we'll just do something like so. Same thing, just crunch that. There we go. Like there's something there, it's kind of working. Maybe something like that. There we go. Okay. And let me go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to grab that liner brush. Let's go ahead and put in some trunks, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, same thing, just going to grab some of this white. I'm going to go into my brown here, kind of lighten it up. There we go, something like so. And I'm going to go ahead and just put in a nice trunk like that, okay? I'm not using any medium, no paint thinner, just dry paint, dry brush. I'm just going to come in and put in some trunks. This one will go up, that one like that, that one like so. Let's go ahead, maybe over here, we can get a couple little ones going there. Wherever you think. Remember, it's your world. I'm just here to try to just give you some ideas, try to help you out, maybe encourage you if you've never painted before to try to paint. It's a lot of fun. It's really not that difficult. It truly isn't. It's just you got to learn the strokes. Once you get the strokes down, the hardest thing is trying to figure something out, and that's a fact. Without a doubt, that has by far been the hardest thing for me, is try to just find something to paint. I mean, over the summer I was definitely struggling there. You know, you really got to be in the right mood sometimes. You know, if you're just struggling mentally, just not feeling it can be tough, okay? Alright, with the clean 2-inch brush, let's go ahead and tap into our yellow. And we'll see if this will stick. We might have to add a little bit of medium or paint thinner to it, but we'll find out. Just tap into there. Now let's go ahead and just start. There we go. Just start hitting and getting some stuff going. Let me go ahead and just tap into a little bit of this medium here, just to kind of brighten it up, I guess. Same thing, just tap into it, loosen up the paint. I got some on the bottom here. All right, and then there we go. Hopefully that's coming out a little bit more. There we go. Maybe something like that. There you go, something like that. You should have some separation. Make sure you have some dark, okay? And then maybe something like that. And come over here. Yeah, maybe something right here. And just tapping. That's all you're doing. Just tapping, okay? Got a little bit more. Here we go. Just for right here. There we go. And then this way you get some nice little textures in the background. Let's go ahead and use a little bit of that. And I'm just going to tap into this ochre. And I'm just going to get a drip, just a drip. Excuse me. Always hitting things because I'm always in this corner. I apologize. But just a drip of your paint thinner into the ochre here. And I'm going to come in and just put in some lovely, lovely ochre leaves. Some ochre leaves. Maybe a little something there. Something like that. There you go. Just something like that. And we'll go ahead and work the front here also. Let me go ahead and just grab my fan brush. This fan brush was the dirty one that we were just using on here. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and go right into this yellow. And because it's got black and green on it, it's going to make a nice color for our pine trees. All right. And then we'll go ahead and just tap and start bringing the color over. Let me go ahead and just lighten that up because it's going to be a little bit dim. All right. And then basically the same way you put it in, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to touch and just start popping your leaves like that. Okay, so this one's a little tough, this move right here. Even I kind of struggle with it, so you just do the best you can. Okay, you're going to come in once again, you're going to touch and just like that. Okay, it is tough. This one I'm just going to open up a little bit because we have a different type of tree here. So touch. Just like that. Okay. And then same thing. Same thing on this tree over here. You're going to touch. And this one's going to be a little bit difficult because I'm always on the angle over on this side because of the camera. But same thing, just lift, push it and lift up. Okay? Yeah, that's where I told you, always say one side of your fan brush is better. So I flipped it over and that one just isn't working for me. But same thing. There you go. All right. It is a struggle, okay? Just do the best that you can, okay? And then I want just some green back here. Let me tap it and crunch it open. There we go. There we go. And so we have some nice darkness and different things going. And I'm going to do the same thing just right here, just crunch. There we go. And I'm barely touching. This gives you all this different stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there, okay? You get all this different stuff and you're not really doing anything, okay? And it's just all right there for you, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and just want to wipe this off. Excuse me for a second here. And I want to tap into a straight yellow. Actually, let me take this chunk right here and I'll grab just a touch of that medium. And let's go ahead and just start to kind of highlight some of this stuff. I don't know, figure. There we go. I don't know if it should be coming out a little bit better. Just crunch it open and just come in and just find where you think, I don't know, maybe just some highlight somewhere. The sun's peeking. There you go. There we go. Just something different. There we go. Okay. I'm coming in here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab my filbert brush, kind of just smooth out the edges a little bit here. And let's go ahead and I'm going to use that. We'll just use the same filbert brush. I'm going to go into my burnt umber here. And I'm going to grab a little bit of my white. We'll keep that there for right now. I'm just going to clean this off. I'm going to go into my yellow ochre here. Just add a yellow ochre right there to that as well. So it's brown, a little white, yellow ochre. And I'm just going to come over here and just put in a little bit of land, like a separation between the foresty background that we have here, and then there you go. There you go, something like that. Something like that, maybe. Just a little bit. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe this off. Actually, I'll just go ahead and clean that. Be back in just a second. With your filbert brush, I'm just gonna go into this dirty color right here. We'll add a little bit. Let's add a little bit more of this yellow into here. And we'll add just a touch of that. It's going to be a little too much. Excuse me. There we go. I want like a kind of I want a nice green. A nice green. Yeah, let's go ahead and just start putting in some green. Like a nice green and lovely looking grass here, okay? There we go. So I went with the dark here because it just puts all your shadows in. Just puts all your shadows in. You can just come in and kind of do your thing here. There we go. There we go. It's nice too with the black canvas. You just don't need a lot of paint. You get a lot of action, as you can tell. And just gonna go ahead and get some more of that. Come on in. There we go. There we go. You could probably use your, fan brush, 2-inch brush, 1-inch brush, whatever you like, but I'm getting some nice action just using the filbert, so I'm kind of digging it. So I'm going to grab some more of this color here and then lighten it up a little bit with that. All right, and then there we go, something like so. There you go. grab some more of that paint. There you go. Oh, let's have a hair. There it is. Give me 1 second. There it is. Let me get this guy. All right. There we go. You see just the awesome distance that you keep getting. I just absolutely love it. I love it. And it's because you put that black in. So if you put that black gesso in and then you come in, it just makes things a little bit easier for you, okay? There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get a clean brush here. Just gonna use a clean 2-inch brush and just kind of blend this out. Look at all the distance, all the distance. Absolutely love it, absolutely love it. All right. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab some of my white now. And I'm going to go into this yellow. Let me grab it right here with the white. And I think we're going to put there we go. We'll just pretend this is a golf course or something, and we'll put a T. T or something like right there. We'll make that the T. We'll darken it up a little bit. Let's darken that up just a little bit. I'm using some more of the Sap Green. Hopefully that's not too. There we go. Maybe just a little bit darker. All right, we'll make that the green. Let me go ahead, give me 1 second. I'm gonna use a liner brush. I'm gonna dip that just into a little bit of the paint thinner. And I'm gonna go with probably just the brown actually instead of the black. Just a little bit, get yourself a nice roll. There we go. And I'm just gonna come in and put in a little bit of some shadow right here. Give me 1 second here. Always got these flimsy hands, man. My hands are always shaky. Give me 1 second here. There you go. But you got that nice little definition there. And this will be the actual green. Although it's just not looking pretty green to me. Let's see if I could just get it a little bit darker here. Let me go with all right. Well, it's good enough. Good enough. We'll make that the green there. So give me just a second here. Get this filbert nice and clean. And over here, I'm going to go into some white. Put right here, and a touch of the yellow ochre. Some white and a touch of yellow ochre. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and just There we go. And I'm going to take my brown. Brown, a little yellow ochre, and some white. And there we go. I forgot that I had green under here, so when I applied it, it went green on me. So I had to go ahead and just change it up a little bit. I want a sand, like a sand trap. So brown, let me get a little bit more of that yellow ochre in there. And we'll go ahead and make ourselves a nice little sand trap here. So I guess we're doing a nice little golf course. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit more of the yellow ochre in there. And some white, without a doubt. Let's go ahead and get... All right, and then let's add a little bit of dark in here. Got a little bit more. There we go. Gives it some shadows and stuff. You don't want it straight one color. You got to have differentials in there. This has got to be a little bit different. The same thing, we'll go ahead and lighten this up. There we go. Apologize, got to work on this sometimes. That was that I messed up by forgetting that there was green under here. So this is why I'm playing with this a little bit more than I should. But because I don't have too much paint on here, I can keep working, and that's the secret. Don't overload it. That's why you don't want too much medium, otherwise you can't get your paint to stick. So I'm just going to straight Van Dyke brown now. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. See how it gives it like kind of like footprints and stuff like that, or just like that, okay? And then just softly kind of blend it out. So just kind of get rid of all the kind of harsh lines, but there you go. And then you get the different textures, and let's do it one more time. Just a little bit of your brown. Just a little bit of your brown, and just come in and figure out where you like it, and then you just blend it out very softly. Just kind of move it very softly. Just kind of move it. Maybe. Okay, and it's just how you do it, okay? I'm getting myself all confused and stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and use that liner brush again. Go into this brown. Make sure you dip a little bit into your thinner, thin this out. And maybe just a little bit of that black just to kind of darken it a little bit. And then we want to make that line. Same thing as we did here. And maybe just a tad darker. And get a little bit more of that paint thinner in there. There you go. And so it gives you a nice little separation. Get that cleaned. Let's go ahead and just put in, let me clean this filbert brush, give me a second. With your clean filbert brush, just grab a little bit of this yellow, put it right here, just tap into it a little bit. Just tap, tap, tap. I just want a little bit of highlight. There you go. I just want a little bit brighter behind it. Maybe grab a little bit of white. Okay, and then get a little bit of white here. And I'm just going to go like this, and we're going to go ahead and blend it, and then we'll have some white in there. We'll just give it a little bit more. Just going to give it a little bit more. All right, let me put that down. Let me grab my 2-inch brush that we were blending. And just blend the white in there. Just blend that white into there. And there you go. So it gives you some highlights and stuff, some different shadows and things like that, okay? And then let's go ahead and use our palette knife. And I'm just going to go, actually let me go ahead, I'll just dip right into my white medium. Just going to dip into the medium, like this, and just get myself a nice little line. And then let's just figure, I don't know, we'll put the T, it's got to be straight in. If you do it on the angle, it's going to mess it up. You got to go straight in, and that's even myself talking to myself. I got to go straight in and just touch. Done. Okay? Clean that off. Clean that off. I'm going to go ahead and use my liner brush. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out where I put it. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of a flag. So I'm just going to go ahead and just grab some of this white medium here. And let's go with like a red flag or a pink flag or something. There we go. Maybe a little bit more of that red. There you go, right into the white medium. And I'm going to come in and just put in, basically just put in a flag. Maybe we'll have the flag come in. There we go, something like so. I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to go into right into the black here real quick. And just want a little dot. There we go, just a little dot or something right there to let you know. And clean that off. I'm going to grab a fan brush. There we go. It's like a little bit of a shadow on there. Yeah, I'm going to take my, I just want to put in just a little bit more thicker grass there. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into my yellow. Just tap, 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 tap. And I'll start here. There we go. And I'm just tapping just to get some textures. So there's like some high grasses and stuff like that. And maybe there you go. just like that. Maybe just a touch into my dark. It's the same color we used for the pine trees. Just tap into a little bit of that. And maybe just a little bit more. And same thing. Just there we go. I like to use the different colors. You get the different, just the different variations. You got to remember, it's a constant game between dark and light. Constant game. So I'm just making it so there's you know, some high grasses, some tough grasses. Anybody that's played golf knows it's a pain in the butt. It's where you always you lose more golf balls in your high grasses than you do anywhere else. I swear. I swear. And just maybe a touch more. I just want to. There we go. Just different things here, there. Just tapping into the dark. Just tapping into the dark. There we go. There we go. You're just a. Right, maybe. There we go. So by putting in that white earlier, by doing this now, you know, it puts your highlight in, and here's your shadow. And here's all your shadow color. And just tap, tap, tap. There you go, just like that, okay? And for me, it's a little dark there. I'm just gonna tap into just a little bit more of the lighter. And then that covers that right on up, okay? And one more thing, and you don't have to do this. You can just go like that, okay? So what you do is you load up some paint. We'll load up some of the yellow here. And you're gonna go into your medium. That's probably a little bit too much, but you come in here and loosen it up. And you're just gonna just touch. And this might be a little bit too bright, so we'll probably have to do the same thing with the black. But you just come in like this, boom, boom, boom. You're gonna do the same thing here. Just. And that's it. I'm not doing anything, I'm just touching. Boom. But there you go. It'll let you get some higher grasses here. There you go. Just boom, boom. There you go. See, you got all this lovely grass and you haven't done anything. You're just touching on the side of the brush. And right there is just a little too dark for me. So I'm gonna dip into a little bit of that paint thinner. I'm gonna go into this black. Same thing. And I just wanna just darken it up a little bit. Just like that, okay? And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and use my liner brush. And I'm gonna go ahead into my white here. Oh, got a little bit too much. There we go. Maybe come out. I'm gonna go ahead and sign this. There we go. Let me add a little bit. If it's a little too thick, thin it out. This is a little too thick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my medium. I'm just gonna use white medium. I'll go right on. usually right on over. You don't usually have too much of a problem. Just have to make sure this stuff is thin, and you go with the opposite. So this is a little bit dark, so I'm going to go with a light color, and if it was light back here, I'll be using a dark color. Thank you so much. I hope you painted along with me, and if you did, thank you. And if you're watching, thank you. I hope it can encourage you someday to pick up a brush and start painting along. But until next time, I want to thank you so very much. This is an awesome painting. It was so much fun to do it. And I just want to wish you the best of luck out there. So please take care of yourself. Stay safe, and bye-bye.